when I look back, when we were trying to pitch the game, you remember that we had a previous demo that was based on Unity.
Oh yeah, I remember that prototype that we made.
Some of the mechanics that we had there are not even
the railway
game anymore.
Yeah, the railway we removed from the game, but
the gliding.
The gliding, it was so cool, but we just finished a more cartoonish game like 99 Vidas and Vassara, and it was a very different language that we were using, and I think that the changing of the language also make a lot of changes in the game itself.
Developing a Metroidvania is especially challenging when you take into consideration that it's a non-linear experience. In a traditional game, when you have stages, you actually plan everything and the player is going to experience that in that exact order. But when you're talking about a Metroidvania, it's completely different because you never know what the gamer is going to do. So you have to plan your experience thinking about different approaches.
A non-linear experience is much more fun because you can explore the game. You don't feel guided. Maybe you lost some pieces of the history on the first time you play, but when you replay the game, you discover new stuff. You can feel this sensation of being in the control of your experience.
Making a non-linear experience is kind of challenging because everything needs to be tied up. For example, oh, the player now will jump 2 times higher. You can probably break the whole game because you can break another area that you didn't even think that could jump that high.
So when you're developing a game like that, you actually have to be really careful because there may come situations that you can break the game if you don't plan properly. And I believe that was one of the biggest challenges that we had with Mars.
Gerenciar projeto que tem uma experiência não linear é super desafiador. Entender qual que é o limite de onde a gente pode criar mais, de onde a gente pode criar menos e de como isso vai afetar tipo, todo o projeto, o escopo, a diversão.
We thought that this could be the failure of our game, but actually it became our star.
We wanted the game to feel good for the players, but also give them something to think about, something that they would remember. So that's why we thought of bringing this more cinematic experience into the game.
Not so many Metroidvanias has like this cinematic side, and it adds to the fantasy. And it's also interesting because, for example, if you have like a long gameplay part, you can like surprise the player with a escape sequence. And also in the middle of the battle, there are some like camera change angles. And this is one of the benefits of using the 2.5D.
We want the player having the kind of experience that we had when we were childs and teenagers watching those action movies on the theater.
When developing the bosses especially, we focus on cinematographic experience. You have to learn about the camera angles, when move the camera to this place. It's important to reach a balance between the cinematographic part and the gameplay. We can't just forget about the game and focus on the cinematographic part also because the player needs to keep playing the game.
The bosses, they give you opportunity to bring something different. A unique opportunity you have to surprise your player. And the bosses in Mars are a lot about that. We wanted to bring those huge bosses, but also something that would offer the player the opportunity to be creative.
We thought of them like phases, of course, like the usual boss, but we want them to be unique. So there are about 3 or 4 ways that we can fight the boss. That's very important to us and one of the features that we want to improve on. We knew that the Mars team would have to be small. We don't have enough resources to invest in, but we want to make a big game.
Well, the team that is currently working on Mars is like 6 people. And we have been actively working, like developing Mars actively since 2019. So we are talking about almost 4 years of development cycle. That was also a big part of the challenge. How do we make it work with such a small team?
Mas quando a gente consegue entender a equipe, e a equipe que eu falo, a personalidade de cada um fica melhor para você gerenciar. Independente se a equipe é pequena ou se a equipe é grande, quando você tem processos bem estabelecidos e quando você tem uma visão geral com quem você está trabalhando, fica mais fácil. E trabalhar com a equipe do Mars para mim tem sido maravilhoso.
The team that is working on Mars is a very competent team, and we are very satisfied with the results, and we hope that the players can see that it's a lot of work, really challenging, but in the end, the moment that the players start to experience what you have planned for them and they like it, it's something special.
As minhas expectativas para o lançamento do Mars vai ser incrível. O projeto é muito bom, está sendo muito bem feito, com muito carinho, desde o QA, desde o porting, desde a parte de desenvolvimento, então vai ser sucesso.
I love exploring when I play a game, so Mars is a lot about exploration, and I hope that people like Mars.
Well, in the end, I do hope that when people get to play Mars, they feel all the love and all the effort we put into it.
Que eu queria que os jogadores não se esquecessem do Mars. E daqui uns anos, assim, eles se lembrassem com carinho do jogo, porque eu acho que é o que a equipe toda está colocando no projeto.
My expectations for the Mars launch, it's to be a good and solid Metroidvania, with exploration, with good boss fights, with secret stuff, with a good history, everything that the pizza of the video games should have.
We want to deliver the kind of experience that the player will watch and whoa, I know those guys, I know what they can deliver, and I like what they deliver.
What I want to see is people experiencing the game, talking about the game, letting us know what they think. That will be when we as a team will feel that, okay, our mission is accomplished.